The prodigal son has returned. Hello everybody, Coop here and welcome back to another episode of my AFL 26 management career with Port Adelaide. We've got our semi-final up against the Sydney Swans today. It's a home game. We technically did win our last game, but due to the game crashing, we had to simulate it and then we ended up losing. And now we have to play this game. If we win, we go through to a prelim. If we lose, we're out. And the season becomes a massive waste of time for everybody involved. And I believe we have the same team as the last game. We've still got a few injuries, so no Travis Spoke, no Ollie Wines, I believe, and also no Connor Rosie, who has been the standout contributor for us this season. The Swans have called heads on the toss. Zach Butters is going to be the skipper for us today. We win the toss. We're going to kick to the right of screen. Now, I'm sorry it's been a few weeks since my last upload. I got very, very sick, and then my family went back home to Adelaide in the school holidays, and I basically didn't have anything to upload as Georgiadis takes a mark inside 50. Now, there is going to be a bit of a chance I will be rusty, as I have not played this game since my last upload, so hopefully it is not completely terrible. Georgiadis hits the post with the first kick on goal for the day. And there's also been a few updates, I believe, since the last time I played. I think the last update was on the 3rd of July. It's now, I think, the 19th of July or something to that effect. We win it out of the middle of the 50. There's another tackle. Warner and Butters tied up at the moment. Gonna have another stoppage inside forward 50. Jordan Sweet just crushing it in the ruck against Grundy right now. Right, I was about to say Gordon Hayward. Not Ryan Hayward. Will Hayward takes the mark and then kicks it straight to Alir, who would have to be the All-Australian centre-half back this year. Kicks to a 3-on-1. We don't get the mark, unfortunately. We've got players in the middle of the ground. Ends up with Smear Tom Papley, one of the great nicknames in the AFL. Horn Francis standing the mark on McInerney. Ball going forward. And Zerk Thatcher takes it in front of Amadi. Going in the Butters direction now. He takes a nice mark. We've got players over the top. We'll just go the short little kick. Matt Whitlock, probably our best rookie from this year. Good chance to win the Rising Star Award. Can't get the mark inside 50. Georgiadis, short little kick forward. Finds Anastopoulos. That is a putrid kick. I have no idea what happened. I clearly have just forgotten the controls. It's Georgiadis. Takes the mark. Let's try and do that a little bit better. So just the one score on the game so far, that being a behind. That is offline. 2 behinds to Georgiadis. And a terrible kick out of fullback. I do like that they've moved the what's it called, the interchange to under the player screen. Not player screen, the sort of the player ticket in the top corner. As Ryan Burton pushing forward. Not a known goal kicker, but he's missed as well. All loose at half-back for the Swans, pushing up the field. Great hands by the Burger King. At half-back, we got players wide, looking for Lockie Jones. Ball goes to ground. Handball forward, looking for Horn Francis. Short little kick, looking for Whitlock. Finally get another mark inside 50. And we desperately would like to get a goal here. Got 3 behinds, no goals. We finally get the first of the final. Winning it out of the ruck once again. Butters trying to get it clear. Wrapped up in the middle of the ground. Quick play on by the Swans. Not wise. And Willem Drew has it at half forward. Kicking a little wide. Lockie Jones with a really nice mark. We got players loose inside forward 50. Kicks it to Lukosius, the Coleman medalist. Has 83 goals for the season. Going to be lining up for 84 here. Can he sneak it in? No, he can't. It's offline once again. Doing a really good job here of just working the ball off of half-back after the turnover by the Swans. We have Georgiadis at centre-half forward. Kicking short. Ryan Burton once again. Pushing forward, playing at half-back today. Already had a shot on goal, which was no good. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better. That's not bad. He's got it. Swans have not made a dent in the scoreboard so far. And as soon as I say that, they're looking to push forward now. And the Smear pushing forward once again. Already getting a little bit of the ball. Going to be looking at his first shot on goal and the first for the Swans. He puts it through. Back in the middle of the ground now. Let's go. Butters, nice and long. Lukosius, one out in the square. He takes it in front of the big Pelican. Going to be looking for his first of the day. And number 84 of the year puts it straight through the middle. Port have 3, and it's a 16-point lead. Swans now trying to get one back. Pushing forward into their fourth 50. If I can get my words out. Logan McDonald, big body from Western Australia, takes the mark inside 50. Just the 2 touches for him to get it back to a 10-point game. Puts it straight through. Swans going forward once again. Alir, good strong mark. Very well done at halfback. We got players in the middle of the ground. That's where we're going to go. Anastopoulos sitting under it by himself. Now in the hands of Logan Evans. We've got a player wide. We go back to Anastopoulos. Back down to full forward. Jace Burgoyne has a bit to do here. Can't take the mark. Trying to get the handball off to Joe Berry. Couldn't quite in the end. As we've got another stoppage inside forward 50. Finlayson. Butters. Quick kick. Didn't go towards goal, but it's in the hands of Tommy Cochran, which I will take. Let's see if we can sneak this one in. He does. Back to a 16-point gain. Finlayson in the ruck, just giving, I forgot his name, Jordan Sweet, a bit of a rest. And now Christian Moraes, the youngster, has a few players over the top. We butcher that somehow. Just keep pushing forward. Somebody pick the ball up. It's okay. We've got Burgoyne out the back. Quick kick. Oh, he can't get boot to ball. We have royally stuffed this up. And it's now in the hands of Blake Leela. 17 minutes gone in the first quarter. We're pushing forward once again. Ball's out the back. We got Whitlock. We got players giving chase. Whitlock gives it to Berry. Probably didn't have to. Burgoyne now sneaks it in. He's got it, and it's a 22-point game. Alir once again has probably been the MVP of the first quarter. Looking for Anastopoulos up the line. Looking for Bergman as well, actually. Alir just misses that ball completely. McDonald, from a step, puts through his second. Lots of goals to begin the game so far. The Swans just killing it out of the middle so far. Big long ball. Should be okay getting a mark, and we are via Zerk Thatcher. Alir in the middle of the forward 50, or the defensive 50, I should say, by himself. Goes a little wider, looking for Burton, getting a lot of the ball early. Horne-Francis on the wing, has Burgoyne ahead of him if he can find him. Actually, Whitlock's providing a bit of the lead. That's where we go. Big fly from behind. Quick kick over the top by Lukosius, gets smothered. Butters, great tackle. Short little kick by Joe Richards. Whitlock can't take the mark. James Jordan now at half back. Looking wide for James Rowbottom, finds him. Horne-Francis standing the mark. Ryan Burton once again. Gonna go over the top. Whitlock has a few to deal with. Takes it. Lining up for a second. Puts it straight through. Port have 6 in the opening quarter. An excellent start to this semi-final. We're really doing well in the ruck, but we just cannot get a clearance right now to save our lives. Ball going forward again by the Swans. And Joel Amati takes it at the top of the goal square. Famously kicked 9 against the Crows at this venue. I think it was in 2024. And he's missed from the top of the goal square. Absolutely unreal. Darcy Byrne-Jones launches it out of fullback. Zerk Thatcher trying to get the ball clear. Richards gets taken high. No call though. Butters gets it loose. Burgoyne down the line looking for Whitlock once again. And he's got it. For a third in the first quarter. He's got it. The youngster is standing up. A new hero is emerging at Port Adelaide. Can't be much longer to go in this first quarter. Horne-Francis looking for a player wide in Jones. We turned the ball over. Probably should have just gone first time with Horne-Francis. Zerk Thatcher miles ahead of Amadi. Takes a nice mark at half back. Jordan Sweet now. Let's just try and kill a bit of time before quarter time. Byrne-Jones now. We need to take 40 marks. Oh, sorry, we need to take 70. We've already got 40. That was a poor kick. Lockie Jones can't take it. Going down the line now, the Swans once again. Logan Evans running off of half back. And that is quarter time. A very, very good first quarter if you are a Port Adelaide fan. 7 goals, 4 plays, 3 goals, 1. Getting a lot of the ball early. Whitlock has 3 goals. Logan McDonald has 2 for the Swans. Horn Francis, Rowbottom, Whitlock, and Callum Mills leading the disposal getters for both teams. Alirilia and Butters not doing too bad either. Second quarter underway. Sweet wins it again out of the ruck, but no clearance to Port Adelaide. Been one of the stories of the game so far. Let's not get wrapped up inside defensive 50. A little bit of a sloppy play. May end up in a Swans goal. And it has. Callum Mills getting that one for the Swans. Very, very good. Back to a 21-point game. Horn Francis looking to kick the ball quickly. Can't get it fast enough. That's holding the ball. Finds Callum Mills, the skipper. And Willem Drew intercepts the ball very nicely at centre wing. Jace Burgoyne all by himself is going to sit underneath this and take a mark. Did kick a goal inside the first quarter. Going to be looking for a second from well outside 50. That's pretty good. The father's son puts through his second. What a kick. And Patrick Snell with a quick mark inside 50 with the reply. Can he reply with a goal? Starts at left, swings it back. That's well done. Finally getting a bit of ball here in the middle of the ground. Quick kick forward if we can get it. Horn Francis gets tackled. No free kick though. Butters kicks it backwards. What are you doing? Okay, now we've got to get back and tackle. That's well done. Kane Farrell, well done, good sir. Down the line, looking for Georgiadis. Second in the Coleman in real life. I think he's got 49 goals on the year in this universe. For number 50, I think he shanked this. He's already got a few behinds today. That's his third. Great hands by the Burger King. We've got players at the wrong end of the ground for both teams. Lukosius clunks it forward. Going to be lining up for his second here. I don't actually know if they've fixed up the ticker or not. That's one thing I don't know if they have done in between the 3 weeks I have recorded. And that is just snuck in for a goal. That is very lucky. Still a 28-point game. A lot can happen. There's still plenty of time left in this game. As we know, a lot of weird things have happened in this series. We've been up by quite a bit, and we've ended up blowing leads and had really bad losses at the worst time. That is holding the ball. And we got Papley at halfback having a really good game so far, but kicks it straight to Jace Burgoyne, who's probably having a better game. Lukosius, once again, the target. Can't take the mark. Lays a good tackle, though. And that's holding the ball. I'm actually really surprised that was called. But Lukosius is going to go back, have a shot. Let's see if he can put this one through and extend the lead to a 34-point lead if he kicks it. Swans get a forward entry here. Farrell, the third man up, does a good job. Kicking short, looking for Burton. He's had a pretty good game so far. But now James Jordan just running into space. Too good from the Swans. Straight over the umpire's hat. John Sweet takes the mark at half forward. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball today. I actually think that might be his first disposal. Berry can't take the mark. And he's just kicked it. Or the Swans have kicked it straight into space. Actually haven't found anybody. But Papley getting a lot of the ball early. Kicks sideways to Lloyd. Down the line looking for Blake Lidler. Finds him. Lidler? I'm not actually entirely sure how you say his name. Ball goes to ground. We got Logan Evans giving chase. Great tackle. Gang tackle. Holding the ball. Well done. Logan Evans looking for Berry. Big fly from behind by Ollie Florent. He's done well. Now Laidler in the middle of the ground once again. Aaliyah can't take the mark. And Hayden McLean. This time going to be having a shot on goal. No goals for him today. Lining up for a goal. I don't know why I delayed in saying that. It's a 22-point game. The Swans just dominating. Warner to Mills. Actually, it wasn't Mills, it was Rowbottom. Now in the hands of McLean. Great hands by Zerk Thatcher. Been really, really good today, as he has been all season. Anastopoulos at halfback takes a good mark. Let's go down the line. Jordan Sweet and McLean. Big fly from McLean. Ball goes to ground, but there's about 6 Port Adelaide players. One of them just has to find a target. And it's in the end, it's Burgoyne that finds Lukosius. Already has 3 on the day. Looking for a 4th inside the first half. For number 87 on the year. Puts it through. 15 minutes gone, still a 28-point game. It sort of floated between 28 and 34 the last couple of goals. Lukosius again at full forward to potentially get it back to 34. And for number 5, kicking towards the hill. Nicely done, straight through the middle. Port Adelaide prelim final bound. And the Swans are just running amok at the moment. Zerk Thatcher, how the hell has he gotten back and marked that? Quick kick. Oh, we've really stuffed that up. And now Datoli has a player over the top. It's actually Papley. And he's probably been the Swans' best today. Already has a goal. He's had 7 disposals. For a second. Puts it through. Back down to 28. Willem Drew has the ball middle of the wing. Pushing forward, trying to find Georgiadis, but Logan McDonald has done quite a job on him at halfback today. Moraes needs a mark. Can't take it. James Jordan. Really, really good. Jordan Sweet pushing back in the flight. Takes a good mark. 20 minutes gone into the second quarter. Poor kick, though, to Taylor Adams. And now Datoli going to be lining up in front of goal. Jesse Datoli for just his 3rd disposal of the day. Puts it through. The Swans have 9. Great clearance by Port Adelaide. Lockie Jones. Short little kick. Nobody home. Finlayson. Second go. We take the mark inside 50. Jack Whitlock kicked 3 in the first quarter. Hasn't really touched it this quarter. But there's his 4th. It's a shootout between him and Lukosius. And the 2 of them combined are beating the Sydney Swans. Up the line for the Swans. Alia. 23 minutes gone. One last forward entry for the quarter. Ball's over the top. Just lay a tackle, somebody. Whitlock, great tackle. It's a rush behind. Deliberate rush behind. We will take that as Joe Berry only has had 2 touches today. No goals. He's going to put one through on the halftime siren. And it is back out to a 34-point lead. 14 goals in the first half to 9. It has been a fantastic contest in scoring. 7 goals to 6 for the quarter. The Swans did a really good job. I think there was about a 20 disposal discrepancy at halftime. We were leading. They cut it back to only 2 at halftime. 5 free kicks to us, 4 to the Swans. Lukosius and Whitlock have 9 between them. McDonald and Papley have both been excellent. Jordan, Laidler each have 13 for the Swans. Burgoyne getting a lot of it for Port Adelaide. Zach Butters has 9, as does Willem Drew. But still a lot of work to be done in the second half, as a 5-goal lead is not insurmountable for the Swans. Halftime has come and gone. Burgoyne, Richards, and Horne-Francis going to be starting in the middle for Port Adelaide. Horne-Francis gets it clear. Richards with the kick. Anasopoulos sitting under it. Can't take the mark. What the hell is going on with my controller? Probably the worst time for my adapter to disconnect and reconnect. But hopefully I can get a handball out to Darcy Byrne-Jones here. We'll see what will happen. Not perfect, but we'll take it. Because, I mean, we definitely had an opportunity there to kick a goal, but I'm not going to sweat it too much unless it costs us the game. Anyway, Cunningham and Finlayson standing the marks. Harry Cunningham, I believe it is. Can't really remember. Hayden McLean having a good game so far. Alia having a better game. Short kick up the wing to Ryan Burton. Let's play on quickly. Down the line looking for Berry. McLean, I was going to say it was too big for him, but Berry does an excellent use of his body. Kicks it straight to Zach Butters, who played the entire first half in the midfield. We're going to give him a bit of a spell in the forward line. I don't think I've put enough juice into this kick. Hopefully he has. And he has not. Swans pushing forward now, and their transition from the back half of the forward to the forward half has been exceptional. Joel Amarty's had one touch today, and that is when he missed it from the top of the goal square. He gets the first score of the quarter. Burton has the ball at halfback. We got players wide. It's Burn-Jones. Quick one over the top. I thought was on. We were going to go for it. We don't in the end. Burgoyne already has a couple of goals today. Takes a really good mark. Going to be lining up for a third. And his second goal was from about this range as well. So we definitely know he's got the distance. Not the accuracy on this occasion. Another mark on the wing to Ryan Burton. We've got two players over the top. We just need to find one of them. Finlayson was one of the targets. He just did not get near it. Burton intercepts. No good. McDonald off of halfback for the Swans. Finds Taylor Adams going back down to full forward. Zerk Thatcher once again so good today. Clearing the ball. Tommy Cochran and Papley go one-on-one. Papley wins. Ball intercepted. And just a loose handball. I think that was by Jordan Sweet. That could have been holding the man, but it wasn't. It's a 2-on-1 here. The 2 wins, but there's nobody there to pick up the ball. Swans are pushing forward. Chad Warner running on into an open goal. Somebody take a mark on the line. He's got it, unfortunately. And it's back under 4 goals. Burn-Jones pushing forward. Lukosius is going to have to... Oh, for God's sake. Unfortunately, another controller disconnection has probably cost us a goal. So that's 2 now this quarter that the controller is actively trying to ambush me. Anyway, Laddams. Will Hayward at halfback. Still got a lot of time to go in this quarter, as this one has actually been going a lot longer than I thought it's gone for. Burgoyne just pops it on the head of Horn Francis, and he takes it. Just the 10 disposals today for him, but now he's got a goal. Nice to get him on the scoreboard in the absence of Connor Rosie, who does kick a lot of goal from the midfield. So between him and Burgoyne, we're getting a nice supply of goals here. Quick kick forward by Burgoyne, speak of the devil. Lukosius takes another mark. I think this is for number 6. Apart from that first kick and goal he's had, he's been pretty good ever since then. Going to be trying to kick this into the upper tier of the Riverbank stand. He's done well. And it's now probably, I think, the biggest margin of the game. Another good clearance by Port Adelaide. Lukosius, too big, too strong for the Pelican at fullback. Straight through the middle. Port Adelaide running away with it now. And for us, the sub has been activated. Jackson Mead into the game. And Darcy Burn-Jones. I was trying to think which double-barreled surname we just subbed out. It wasn't Horn Francis, it was Burn-Jones. He is done for the day. We're just going to give him a bit of a break, as he has been very good for us throughout this season, and we want to keep him fresh for next week, assuming we get the job done. And Jace Burgoyne lining up for a third once again. This time puts it through. What a performance by the young man. Just quick handballs in the middle of the ground. Little kick by Sweet. Beautifully done. How the hell did we drop that? Okay, we got a player at the back. It's Whitlock. Quick kick in the middle of the forward line. Oh, golly me. Okay, let's try again. Will Drew, you need to mark this. He's done well. Okay, back down to full forward. Actually, we've got 2 players sitting under it. Big fly from behind. I didn't see who that was. But the Swans here do a really good job. And now Papley popping up once again. Aliria trying to get back. Back in the hands of Hayden McLean, the ball. And he's had a lot of the ball as well today. 11 marks, 13 disposals, 7 of his marks contested. Looking for a second. That is well struck. And it's a Joel Amarty mark on the goal line now. The last time he had a kick from this range, he missed. So hopefully we can get a repeat of that with this one. We can't. Swans are not done yet. Pushing forward once again. And Amarty again popping up. Looking for a third. Been sneaky in this quarter. He kicked the last one. Can he get 2 in a row for the Swans? Yes, he can. Finally get a clearance. Butters Need a quick kick. Burgoyne gets wrapped up. And the Swans do a fantastic job once again. Taylor Adams kicking straight to Ryan Burton. Kick short. In the hands of Moraes. Let's go short again. Who's over the top? It's Whitlock. I was actually looking for Georgiadis. He hasn't kicked a goal today, but we'll take Whitlock for number 5. I don't think he's kicked it. No, he hasn't. And the ball's been kicked straight to Georgiadis out of fullback. 7 disposals so far. No goals. I think it's 0 goals, 3 for today. Does he get one with this kick? Yes, he does. He's finally on the scoreboard. And most importantly, that's goal number 50 for him for the season. So I think he's the 4th player that we've had to kick 50 goals this year. Obviously, Lukosius has won the Coleman, but he is in the... I think he might almost be in the 90s for goals this year. Obviously, Connor Rosie's got 60-odd. Whitlock may even be into the 70s now in terms of goals. So we'll just have to wait and see how many players we can get over 50 by the end of the season. I don't think anybody else is particularly close. We might have to have a look at that at season's end. But Jace Burgoyne gets absolutely sat on by Callum Mills. Lockie Jones intercepts. Can we get one more goal before 3/4 time? Jackson Mead, the sub, sitting under it. Can't take the mark. Trying to get it loose. It's a ball up. I think we're out of danger here. Quick kick, Alir. Well done. Anastopoulos sitting under it. Blakely the Lizard takes the mark off of halfback. I don't actually think I've said his name today. But that is 3/4 time. 5 goals to 4. It's actually been pretty even scoring since quarter time. It's been 12 goals to 10 in our favour. The Swans leading the disposals now. Lukosius has 7, Whitlock 4. Burgoyne having a fantastic game as well with 3. Amadi has 3. Couple of multiple goal kickers for the Swans. Everybody else is individual. James Jordan leading the way with disposals. Burgoyne having a fantastic game. Horn Francis has been good. Butters, it's been relatively anonymous this game, to be perfectly honest. A little bit disappointing from him. But we have got 1/4 to go before we are in a prelim final. I don't know who against. We'll have to find out. But we still just have to not crap the bed in this final term. And here we are. It's all come down to this. We just have to play a good 20 minutes. And then we're through to a prelim final. Sweet wins it out of the ruck, but hits it straight to, I think that was Callum Mills. Now Jordan, the leading disposal getter on the ground. Finds McInerney. He just came out of nowhere and took the mark. No goals for him today. Probably the biggest kick for the Swans of the game. He puts it through. It's a 37-point lead to Port Adelaide, not completely out of the realm of possibility. Sweet wins it out of the ruck. Burgoyne just needs a quick kick. We're going full forward. Actually, it's Georgiadis, not Whitlock. I thought it was Whitlock. But Georgiadis. That's a poor kick. It's not a good kick. I've actually done that very, very late, unfortunately. Can we sneak it in for a behind? It's out of bounds on the full once again. Ooh, risky to the pocket by the Swans. Finds Ollie Florent. Straight to Zach Butters. We just go short. Actually, that's a terrible kick. Loose ball at halfback. Alir picks it up. That's a high tackle. Now we just got to find a target. Lukosius is down there, as is Jordan Sweet. Has the smaller man in Florent on him. 8 disposals for him today. Has popped up occasionally with a goal. We're going to try and get this one to swing back from the right-hand side. Not far enough, unfortunately. And they've kicked it straight to Joe Berry out of fullback. You know what? I feel obliged to take this one. Normally, I wouldn't take advantage of it. But considering my adapter is, pulled out twice, I feel obliged to take it. Berry, unfortunately, misses. So it really, it comes down to nothing in the end. And now Whitlock in the pocket. Jeez. Real players coming out of everywhere. Now we've got Chad Warner in the back pocket. Finds Ollie Florent. Finds Papley. Down the line. Just looking for a Swan, but only found Burton. Miles Bergman all by himself, or was by himself at the time. doesn't kick a lot of goals, only at the 4 disposals for him today. This might be another miss as well. Our kicking has been absolutely shocking to start this fourth quarter, but it is now an even 40 points. And what is going on? Oh, we've got players in the middle here. Just kick it to him. There we go. Smoking Joe. Say his name and he appears, I believe, in Joe Richards. We finally get one. It's a 46-point lead. Just trying to clear it one. Where's Burgoyne going? I was going to say we're just trying to clear it one kick at a time, but Burgoyne ran past the ball. Never picked it up. Jordan Sweet now at halfback. Loses the ruck duel this time. Quick hands over the top for Butters. Couldn't find him. The Swans just dominating via hands so far in this one. Absolutely crushing it, but where we've dominated is in the air and by foot. And now Will Hayward, my brother's favourite player, which I only just learned over the weekend. Looking for his first of the day. Not bad at all. It's a mark on the goal line by Alir. And a completely unnecessary snap finds Miles Bergman. Now in the hands of Georgiadis, up the ground. Let's kick long. Butters and McLean are actually under it. And Butters takes the mark. 15 disposals, only the 4 marks. No goals for him either. Let's see if he can get one here. A captain's goal. Captain for the day. Pushes the lead over 50 for the first time. Great tackle by Burgoyne. That's advantage. Sweet over the top. Straight to Lukosius. He's not had a lot of the ball, but he still managed to kick 7. Lining up for 8. So he started the game on 83. He now has 90 for the season. Make that 91. The hunt for the 100 is on. Swans now working it out of the middle. Back to Papley, who's already kicked 2. He's now got a 3rd. He's been probably Sydney's best today. Either him or James Jordan, but I'm willing to give the votes to Papley. He's hit the scoreboard, whereas Jordan, although that's not really his job, hasn't hit it as hard. And now, I know his name's not Tony, but Tony Snell has taken the mark. Already has a goal to his name. Looking for a second. Puts it through. Butters gets the clearance. Whitlock sitting under it. Takes a good mark. There's already been a lot of goals in this quarter. I'm actually kind of losing track of how many goals have actually been kicked. But another one to Whitlock. That's 5. And we are pushing 150. Back to a 52-point lead. Very, very high-scoring game today. But the Swans, they're still showing fight. I'll give them credit for that. Alir once again takes another mark at halfback down the line, looking for Joe Richards. Fist from behind by Laddams. And now Taylor Adams going to pick it up a little bit too easily. Has a ton of space. Finds Joe Rowbottom at half forward. Finds Tony Snell once again. Horn Francis does well getting back. A little slow to get up. Hopefully he's not injured. Go the short option here. Finds Kane Farrell. Let's just try and take care of the ball these last sort of 5 or so minutes. Whitlock at halfback. I'm just chipping it around, just working the ball up the field. Finlayson now. We've got options. Lukosius is pushing forward. We're going to have a shot from here. We don't really take a lot of long kicks with Lukosius. And we'll probably find out why after we do this kick. For number 9, why not? We're in drop punt territory apparently. It's actually made it straight to the goal line. It's punched through for a rush behind. Actually went a lot better than I thought it would. Horn Francis trying to do the intercept, can't. James Jordan has been everywhere today. Whitlock has gotten the better of Harry Cunningham on that play. Finlayson can't take the mark, but Horn Francis does. 18 disposals and a goal already to his name. Potentially a second if he can put this through. It's offline. But it's now an even 9-goal game. A 54-point lead. And Georgiadis. Let's just kick it short to Burgoyne. Do the unselfish thing. Willem Drew's cut him off. He wanted another goal. Willem Drew hasn't kicked one today, so he's probably justified in doing so. Let's see if he can sneak one through. Not with that kick, he can't. 55-point game. Who's going to intercept? Finlayson tries to get there. Can't in the end. Butters helps out with the gang tackle. Aliir up the ground. McLean had a lot of the ball today. He's probably been in the votes for the Swans. Although I assume all three of our players will get the votes. Obviously, they're not Brownlow-worthy votes. As Joel Amani's going to have a shot of the fourth here. And to get over the 100 for the Swans. He's done well. Almost 20 minutes gone. And the siren could go any minute. Rowbottom trying to push forward for a long kick. Logan Evans on the goal line takes the mark. Let's just send it long. Why not? Jordan Sweet sitting under it. Ball goes to ground. Butters is running wide. Quick kick forward. Joe Richards. Ball's out the back actually. Lloyd didn't smother. Finlayson sitting under it. Takes the mark. This time finds Burgoyne. And he will have a shot for a fourth here. After Will Drew really messed him up on that last one. It will be 22 disposals after this kick. There's his fourth. Back out to 55. We're through to the prelim. We're not done yet though. Lukosius, after the clearance from Burgoyne, is going to have a look at 9. 10 marks, 8 of them contested. There's 9. 92 for the year. My voice is starting to go. It's been a while since I've recorded the video. I'm out of practice. Can we get him a 10th? Here we go. There's the mark for number 10. I don't know how many he's kicked this quarter. I think this will be number 4 for the quarter, I believe. But there's 10. It's a 67-point lead. The margin has not reflected how the Swans have been competitive today. They've been really, really good, actually. It's really just been this final quarter. As we're trying to work the ball forward. Will Drew chasing down Chad Warner. Butters and Mills, the two captains, battling till the end. Logan Evans, a really good mark. I reckon we just take care of the ball for the rest of this one. There's nothing really for us to do. Nothing for us to gain except for a few stats. Berry takes it on the wing. Lukosius has taken a mark. We may as well take it. I wasn't going to take it if it wasn't on the siren, but we'll have a crack at 11. Why the hell not? And to end the game with a 63-point lead, I think, or 73-point lead. He's put it through. 11 goals for Lukosius. What a statement by Port Adelaide. We are through to the prelim final. It remains to be seen who we'll be playing up against in the next episode. And the Swans have put up a good fight, apart from that last quarter. 8 goals, 6 to 4 goals straight in that final quarter. But an absolutely dominant performance by Port. Lukosius, 11 goals for the day. Whitlock, 5, 3 of which came in the first quarter. Amadi kicked the only behind of the game for the Swans, but ended up with 4. Burgoyne, 4 goals, and a lot of the ball was probably our best, if not for Lukosius. Papley was good. And in terms of the ball winners, James Jordan, Rowbottom, Mills all led the ball winners for the Swans. Burgoyne ended up with 25 and 4 goals. Horn Francis had just the 1 goal, I think, but had 22 disposals. Butters ended up with 20, even though he was basically not really around for most of the game. Aliir was great, and then just a sea of Port players down the bottom. Let's sing the song. Let's get through to the prelim. Unfortunately, after the song, my game didn't crash, so we are officially done. The game is auto-saved. This episode will be going out as seen, which I'm very, very happy about. Lukosius ended up as best on. Jace Burgoyne with the 2 votes. Whitlock with the 1 in the end. I'm a little bit surprised that, Alia didn't get any votes, but that is okay. I think Lukosius led the fantasy, which, 11 goals and 12 marks will do it. Burgoyne was exceptional, as I said, and Whitlock did a lot of his damage in the first half, but a very, very good performance. We didn't really look at our bonuses, but we're actually doing quite well for cash right now, so I'm not too worried about it. And we have received $550,000 for completing one of our objectives, which is, I'm trying to think what that objective would be. It would be win a final, I'm guessing, is what that objective would be. So all of our season objectives are now done. Our match objectives for next week, we'll obviously deal with that then. And then we obviously beat the Swans by a lot, which was great. And this week in the AFLW, we have Collingwood at Victoria Park. Obviously, this portion of the season in the AFLW, we will be simulating, but we will be, obviously, once the AFL season is over, we'll be picking up playing those games once again. So how do we go up against Collingwood? We get the win, 19-point win up against Collingwood. Jordan Allen for the Pies does very well. Ebony O'Day and Hannah Ewings get the votes for us. Matilda Schultz, 40 disposals, was excellent. And who did well statistically? Schultz had 40. Allen kicked 5 for Collingwood. Simmons, Mules, and Amelia Borg, Ewings, O'Day, a lot of different goal kickers. Excellent to see. And we've actually got a bit of an interruption between what will be our next prelim final, or the prelim final that we play, and which will be the next video in this series. We've got an SANFL Grand Final, which is actually going to be a showdown, which is quite nice. So if we have a look at the fixtures in the SANFL, we can see that we did beat Adelaide quite convincingly in the, the semi-final, I guess you would call that. They played Cert in a prelim and they beat them by 16 points at Norwood Oval. Very well done to the Crows. If we have a look, Holt kicked 4 for Sturt. Tyler Welsh did well. Dan Curtin did well. Madgen kicked some goals. So we've now got an SANFL showdown between the undefeated Port Adelaide and the Adelaide Crows. That's the wrong ladder, because we went unbeaten in the SANFL this year. Adelaide finished second on the ladder with 12 wins and 6 losses. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So we're actually going to play this in the next episode. I was going to simulate this game, but because it's a showdown, I am going to play it. So I might reduce the quarter length. I'm not entirely sure. So we go through this a little bit quicker, or we might make this a double episode with this and the prelim final, which we can actually have a look at now. As we won our game up against Sydney, Brisbane beat the Crows. So that was in Brisbane, and now Hawthorn, who beat us in, I say beat us, they beat us in the simulation, beat us in the our home qualifying final. They're going to play Brisbane at the MCG, I assume it will be. But let's have a quick look at the Brisbane-Adelaide game. It was actually a really tight game until the fourth quarter. Brisbane kicked 7 goals to 2 in the final quarter to really blow the game out of control. Lincoln McCarthy kicked 4 goals, 5. Jordan Dawson had 46 disposals. Really, really solid game. Jordan Dawson was voted best on, with the Scottish suitcase Hugh McCluggage getting the 2 votes, Will Ashcroft with the 1. And obviously our game, you just saw our game, so no need to have a look at that. But if we have a look at the AFL stats quickly, just league-wide, we can see that Lukosius, 94 goals coming into the next game. So he could potentially kick his 100th in a prelim final a la Fraser Gehrig. So we'll see how that plays out. Whitlock has 68. Connor Rosie will be back in the next episode. Georgiadis has 50. Amadi, the only player outside of a Port Adelaide player to have kicked 50 this year in the AFL, which is actually a little bit shocking, if I'm perfectly honest. But a very, very interesting series of events. But I'm very keen to get through to that video. And one thing I will quickly mention, the poll that you guys, I put up a couple of days ago now, that the time of you're watching this, for the next AFL rebuild has a lot of responses to it. I'm planning to do that later this week. I'm recording this on Monday, what's the date today? 21st. So it won't come out on the Tuesday. Sorry, the video that I'm recording today, I'm planning to release on the day it's recorded. The next rebuild won't come out probably until Wednesday at the earliest. I'm not going to make any promises, but we'll see how we go then. So you've got basically until then to vote. There's a poll on my community tab that you can have a look at I'm waffling now. I need to wrap this up desperately. But anyway, thank you very much for watching up until this point, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. You've done a really, really amazing job of staying subscribed while I've been away, so I really do appreciate that. But until next time, guys, hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!